beyond. Yeah, just a little more preface on the actual players that are going to be in the match.
MrChikn, Apladobi, both really good aim consistency players, jump players.
Well, yeah, both of these players have definitely like shown their skill in the round of 8. Okay, so I think most of like the history in the round of 8, like in the last bracket, was that they had a sweeping victory against each one of their respective opponents. You know.
Yes.
Since I've won against Apladobi, he is
Yeah.
one. He is one to be very
Both really good
respectable
players.
enemy. Yeah, both of them are very.
Can go either way.
Yeah, it can go either way, definitely. Alright.
Still a really big act.
It definitely is active.
A slight active,
Yeah,
right?
it's a slight active now. Yeah, but it's all about holding combos in this right now. As of now, they have really similar act when it comes to consistency. Like when they're playing out the map, I think that it's more of a combo of who decides to slide or break in that instance.
Definitely combo act game. Particular V2 act, the big game. Since most another really easily combo act is the most important factor. Finish with the first one with similar scores, showing strong standings already. Apladobi with the 100k difference.
Oh, okay. So we see in the chat there's what language we're all speaking in acrylic right now. If you didn't know, we closed captioning for English though. All right, yeah, this might be a little threatening to MrChikn's case. If anyone's betting on MrChikn, might be a little more of an upset. Yeah, there's no way to pull through with this one, but it is warm up. You know, we can all pray.
Apladobi showing really good standings right now.
Here's a really good standing for Apladobi.
But we'll see when their act picks and their roles.
Alright, so they're starting out the bands. Okay. Alright, welcome back. Welcome back to the round of 4 OSU tournament. So this tournament, alright, has been around. Alright, so this
couple weeks.
is known for a couple weeks, and we've gladly named this the Hamster Tournament, right? But the more formal name, yeah, the name itself is OSU Tourney for the Visually Impaired and Mechanically Disabled, otherwise known as a 6-digit tourney, brought to you by Salty of It's Salty Sprinkles Corporation and produced by the ever beautiful Orez. I'm your current host, Migley. I'm a former prospective jumpman, now retired and homeless, and I'm here tonight with my partner, Critical.
Known as the Crack Speed Gamer.
Yep, the Crack Speed. Yeah, but he was last seen in the DC metropolitan area in a black hoodie, suspected of assault of multiple people, and he's being followed by police. All right, so tonight we are seeing the awaited round of 4 with our first match, which we will be seeing MrChikn, the prodigy of Blacksburg. He is the light at the end of the tunnel for our old members in this server, against Apladobi, a not really fairly commoner in this server. He's more of a specter of the tourney. He's more of the Black Knight, as we say. So we will be seeing who will be the most consistent, accurate, technical, athletic, and handsome in this best of 5 match.
So first 2 bands we got DT2, speed map, alt map, no bind 1.
They do not like DT apparently.
No ball 1, MrChikn. Consistency map seems not a big comfortable map. First pick we got no mod 7.
No mod 7.
Tech map.
So,
We'll see
so
how
before
they'll
we
go.
start this match, how you feeling? How you feeling, Crits?
I'm feeling great about this turning, man. I feel like it could be turned either way to
You can
whoever
turn it any
player.
way. Yeah, I
Yep.
think this is a flip of a dime. This is razor thin. They have really similar skill levels,
Hmm.
but Apladobi does have a difference in his act, and it's seen in the warm-ups.
So we're
But
gonna
I think
get
it's pretty
started with the
great.
first match.
In the first match.
Text
Alright,
and streams. Not very
Tell me-
hard.
tell
Sliders.
me which one is it?
No mod 7.
Nomad 7? Okay, so Nomad 7 was... Well, so anyways, this map pool was made by Ginga and Sanjay. Thank you for mapping this.
Thank you, dude.
So
How about
thank
we
you,
fight some
thanks.
break?
Yeah, huge thanks. Alright.
But Apladobi with the
Mod 7.
act difference.
Yep. So this is a high finger control and little light tech for this map, but it seems that
Tech streams.
but it seems that both of them. Oh.
Mr.
okay.
Chicken breaks.
Yeah, MrChikn breaks, but it's pretty early on, so we don't need to worry too much about how he's going to do, because he can easily pull through with some of the combo farm in this part.
Apladobi.
Okay, so he's broken again. So Apladobi
Another-
is being the most consistent here, and
Still home combo with a higher act.
he's definitely holding a lot more combo now. The only thing that MrChikn can really actually do as of now, because it's halfway through the map already, and Apladobi does break. Okay. All right, so he does have a chance at the end. There is hope for MrChikn to pull through and at least get a slight margin higher if everything lines and like the stars align for him.
Apladobi
Alright,
breaks
so
again.
they do
Mr.
have to.
Mr. Chicken finds another break.
So they do have difficulty in keeping up with the actual sliders, and and he does misses a note. So they're all
Looks like the nerves.
yeah
Like
it's
getting to
probably-
them.
Yeah, you see
The
that there's some
streams.
cursor dancing.
Yeah. The streams, hard to aim. Doubles,
Yeah.
you have the finger control come in.
Alright, so Apladobi does take this, and he does have a 3% greater difference in accuracy compared to MrChikn.
Apladobi takes the
But
first
it-
map with a strong showing.
This is one of the notorious maps for Nomad, so you know we can't
Tech
really say
maps.
too much. Yeah.
Already showing how much a menace he is. Showing a really good standing right now.
Yeah.
See
Yeah.
what Apladobi has picked next.
Okay, Apladobi goes for Nomad 4. Okay.
Oh, no more for the
Nomad
another
4
tech and
plus
stream map.
Another tech and stream map.
Relatively easy map, consistency you can call it. Not that hard. Not that hard.
Yeah.
Not that hard
but
to act.
I think Apladobi might have some ulterior motives in choosing this map because he does see that he does have a tech advantage over MrChikn. So maybe he's trying to utilize getting a head start with by choosing the tech maps first. What do you think about that?
Definitely could be what he's thinking. But we have to see.
We got to get inside his head.
Relatively
Yeah,
easy
relatively
to
easy start. Yep.
should be relatively easy throughout the whole map too.
I think so
Just
too.
have to see. Ack is the game here.
Ack is the game, definitely the game in this map until you hit at least like the mid part of the song, and then it's whoever breaks slider.
Breaking any part of the song is detrimental.
Apladobi does seem to have an advantage with his the current standing right now, and yeah,
Mr.
it's only
Chicken
gonna
breaks.
get larger as MrChikn breaks.
Each break finds another break.
He does see another break.
Apladobi still with like really good acting combo.
Apladobi
Holding on
is-
the combo.
He's holding on freaking dead man's grip on his combo game, and he's maintaining a healthy gap between the scores between Apladobi and MrChikn. Have you changed any of your opinions on the outcome of this match? Critical.
I still believe we can go either way, but right now it's not looking too hot for MrChikn.
Having my doubts, but there's definitely room for a comeback. And
Indeed.
as you know, that we love to see the upset because MrChikn is, well, Apladobi was seed 1 in the last round of 8.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was number 1 in qualifiers, and so he has had a comfortable start. Definitely a more advantageous start for most people. And you know, maybe that's because he's more skillful. But who knows?
Apladobi
He
still
does
with
kind
FE.
Yeah, he kind of does struggle with that 100 stream.
Low rack, but
Oh, okay.
combo is the
So,
game here. MrChikn does a break, and that seems like it's gonna be it for him.
Yeah, Apladobi, it seems to be coming that he's going to FC this map. And that's very scary for him. He might be on a roll. He might. Oh, okay.
Mr. Apladobi kind of chose it.
Yeah, a few chokes, but that's not enough to give MrChikn any breathing room at all.
That's doesn't matter for MrChikn, and Apladobi takes the second win.
Definitely something that we did not expect. We expected Apladobi to get an FC, but maybe this choke might have affected his mental, maybe to some extent. But I think he's going to be continuing on with this trend of nearly FCing most of the maps. MrChikn does have an uphill battle though, but we have seen him definitely outshine many people in different maps because of his specialties.
If a Nomad 6 come out, this is the aim map.
Nomad 6 is coming out, so MrChikn might be able to pull through if he has more experience or overall better consistency, or
We'll see.
So he needs to out consistency him, or he might have practiced the map long enough to know the awkward areas within the map. So this map is kind of.
This map is very awkward.
Very awkward.
The sliders can be a bit annoying, but nothing too rough for these players.
Nothing too rough. Yes. All healthy act, but Apladobi is pulling through with a slightly larger act than MrChikn, which might be detrimental.
MrChikn.
Yeah. So there's a lot more wiggle room for Apladobi to have, especially in this aspect when there is going to be some more awkward positioning with sliders in the future. So he does have a lot. Yeah. There's more room for him to struggle.
It's like it's just an act battle from here on out.
Yep. Oh, MrChikn's pulling through with better act. And it seems that none of them are having really issues on missing any notes, so it might be a full clear. But who knows? I hopefully caster curse is applicable to me.
No way.
All right. Okay.
Both still showing really good.
Both of them are really feeling this map. Maybe they have had a lot of practice on this map, respectively. Up and connections. Okay. Oh, there's. Oh.
MrChikn 5-3 breaks.
Wait, but he does seem that he still has the combo. 600.
Wait, what was that?
Yeah,
okay.
That was merely a figment of our imagination, ladies and gentlemen. I think we are. Okay, so
I'm sorry, everyone.
He didn't break. And if you saw anything
disregard
else,
that comment.
Disregard that comment because he is still on fire, and so is Apladobi. It's completely up to the
2% act game.
We must pray to the act gods.
Shouldn't be more difficult from this part forward. Map is relatively easy throughout the whole map.
Yeah, it is relatively simple at the end. And Apladobi kind of messes with the last burst of notes, and he does get a few hundreds on that.
We're coming towards the end of the map.
Yep, and MrChikn is. So I think MrChikn's advantage is that he's better at consistency overall. If you give him the time and give him that breathing room that tech maps don't really grant you, he's going to achieve higher act than Apladobi.
Yeah, I agree. It's just consistency is the game here, and looks like MrChikn with the act difference, it's gonna pull out.
Halvesies and hearts, halvesies and spades. My bad.
It's like MrChikn gonna pull through with the better act.
Better act. Yep, he has the better act. And wait, Apladobi does have now have a advantage. Oh, okay. It's very close. It's very close. Extremely close. A 1K margin. A 1K margin by a 1K score. They
really
both had S's. There was no misses. It was completely up to act. Aokun definitely blessed MrChikn before this match. Definitely.
Indeed.
There's no other way. That was 1K. Legit 1K. That was one of the closest games that I've seen within every single one of these matches.
Both players showing really good standings. Both pulled through FC, but Back is the game here. So we got Nomad 2 next.
So Nomad 2. Nomad 2.
We got a
can't really
stream map.
say- Yeah. There's a
Aim
lot
map.
of streams. There's definitely a lot of bursts and streams there. There's aim. So I think Apladobi might have a slight advantage here, but we don't know for sure.
Definitely consistency map all around. MrChikn. Both can go either way.
Going into the game, man, I'm feeling a little shaken up from MrChikn, but I know that he might have slight issues with bursting. That's the only thing that I have. Apladobi, we don't know too much about.
I think
him in
they
his skill
both
level
should do fine.
compared to MrChikn. So
It's-
yeah, they both should theoretically be fine.
Streams. Yeah, I've been practicing them recently. I think it shouldn't have a problem with them.
Oh, and
MrChikn finds an early break.
very bleak, but the song is definitely longer than most of them, so there's still room for him to come back, recuperate his losses. Oh, MrChikn breaks again. And Apladobi is pulling through with that considerably higher combo rate. As far as I know, I don't really remember them being a really generous combo farm around the midpoint, but if he's able to deal with all those bursts, MrChikn might be able to pull through.
There's one section with the jumps which are pick up on the BPM. Might be considered the hardest part in my opinion, but you have to see.
Yeah, well, if they're judging by jumping skills between Apladobi and MrChikn, I think MrChikn might have a success rate higher than Apladobi when it comes to jumping. As we have, Apladobi does break, so there is hope for MrChikn to pull through.
MrChikn finds another miss.
Another misses. Before I could finish my sentence.
The caster curse, man.
Caster curse is definitely a continuity.
MrChikn with the shake.
And MrChikn is definitely having a lot more on his plate if he wants to pull through. But his act is definitely looking better than Apladobi.
10 combo difference.
10 combo
But the act. MrChikn has the better act.
I don't think the act would save him since he did have a few breaks that kind of messed with the map.
Third break.
Yep.
Did really hurt him.
I didn't really mess with the clear of the map. So it seems that Apladobi will get this, unless there's a huge misfortune on Apladobi's part where he brain lags, because it's not really. Okay.
Apladobi finds a miss. MrChikn still with a combo.
MrChikn's holding up the combo.
Will be enough. We have to come towards the
combo,
end.
and he's pulling up. He's pulling up with the freaking combo, dude.
MrChikn
and he breaks, and he
finds another miss.
Oh my! And he nearly upsets with this map.
MrChikn
and he pulls up again. And he pulls up again, and he gets Apladobi accidentally overstreams those last bursts to give MrChikn that lead that he needed. Definitely,
MrChikn with the comeback with the better combo game.
Never expected before.
MrChikn with the combo game and the act difference.
Oh, MrChikn actually pulled through, so that was a tight one, a tight margin again. Okay, so MrChikn has the choice to choose a map now, and I think MrChikn understands his position, so he has a lot to choose from now. And he chooses DT1.
DT1
might be a little.
Should not be that hard. DT1.
Yeah, it's definitely a consistency map. Yeah, so.
192 BPM.
192. Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Should be both doable for both players, but we have to see.
Yeah.
The jumps a bit awkward, but we have to see.
If Apladobi is willing to testing, okay. Is there a little lagging? Oh, Apladobi is keeping up with that combo. And MrChikn's having a rough start right now, though.
Apladobi with the SS so far. Never mind. Both of FCs.
Both of FCs, but MrChikn's kind of flagging behind in combo, which is everything when it comes to consistency.
We have to see in this upcoming part.
Yeah, this is a very difficult part, though.
MrChikn finds a break.
Yeah. Maybe it was his bad decision to choose this DT map, but who knows? Maybe he could pull through. I think MrChikn definitely has room to work with here because
Still looks really bad.
performance, but it does look kind of dark right now. But who knows? Apladobi does break. Apladobi does break, and MrChikn now has that opening for him to actually pull through. Okay.
MrChikn with a better act and combo.
MrChikn better act, better combo. If he manages to hold that, then we might see another upset. Oh, okay. So both of them break.
Both of them break.
Both of them break, so they're both on even playing ground for now. But with Apladobi with a little more of an advantage because he has more wiggle room.
Looks like we're halfway through this map and it's not looking very good for MrChikn.
MrChikn's consistency though is off the charts right now. Like, it's just a matter of time before he will out-act when it comes to like the length of the map. So I think that he does have that room. Okay, so he does break.
He finds another break. I think that's it for MrChikn.
Yeah, I think it is for him. I think it is closing for this map. But, you know, it's a very, very close game anyways, because each of them have 2 maps under their belt. And it's a best of 5 for the tiebreaker. I don't think, if they reach tiebreaker, it's going to be unknown territory for me, because I did not expect to have to review a tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker is definitely a consistent map, yeah. I think that's MrChikn.
Okay, so MrChikn has two scenarios that he would want. Okay, he either succeeds in the other maps and wins, or he wants to see tiebreaker. Apladobi has one path where he wants to just completely upset most. No, not upset maps, but he powers through most of the maps that he's better at with the skill wise. Okay, so I think if he just focus on the tech or faster BPMs, he might be able to to push ahead of MrChikn. But if MrChikn's able to hold on tight enough and get a few more maps, tiebreaker would definitely be in his favor.
Apladobi with 200,000 score difference.
So Apladobi chooses no mod 3. Do you have any ideas on how that's gonna end? How's that gonna add up to
no mod 3
performance?
Low BPM. I don't know how both players are comfortable with low BPM, but low BPM it's pretty tough. 140 BPM in general.
Yeah,
Dreams.
Okay. Yeah.
We just have to see how good their finger control is.
And finger control is something that we don't really focus on skill-wise, but is a very important playing piece now. So it depends on if we see. I think just from what we've seen before, Apladobi's better at tech usually, so he might have a better chance at succeeding in the finger control aspect as well, because they go hand in hand.
High CS. This map is CS of 5.2 with BPM 140. We just have to see how they handle this map.
Yep. Alright, so I think there is a lag or latency. Doesn't seem like this map is starting. So what we've seen so far, it's very, very even. I think it's just extremely even. I think that once they weeded out the weak people, such as you and me, there's a lot more room for healthy competition. So now I think like to be more comparative, it's just hamsters of the same size, 2 guinea pigs fighting instead of a hamster just getting mauled by a guinea pig. Right?
Which is us, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately we were dwarf hamsters when it comes to them, and it's Teddy time. MrChikn is pulling through with MrChikn lagging behind a little bit. MrChikn is going to.
MrChikn with.
MrChikn is holding, both of them holding really high accuracy. And Apladobi is nowhere to be seen. Maybe he's spectating this round. I don't know.
MrChikn is pulling through.
MrChikn is pulling through.
100,000 score difference?
It does seem that he have so MrChikn does have a 100 score difference, and now we see Apladobi. And Apladobi breaks. So I think MrChikn definitely wins this.
MrChikn.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So now we see that both of them. All right. Cool. Sorry about that little hiccup. It's probably not going to happen as frequently anymore since we getting more back into it. Yep.
MrChikn shows some really good standing, 96% act.
96. I gotta say that's definitely a really good feat for no mod. What was it? 3?
Very impressive for low BPM. I could only muster a solid 85% on the map. Considering MrChikn's level, I say that's pretty good.
I consider that guinea pig level right there, folks. This rat race has become a guinea pig race.
And it looks like they may have run out of maps.
They might have run out of maps.
we got DT3 coming out.
Yep, DT3. Okay, I thought they banned. Pretty sure they. Whatever. Okay. Not sure which ones they banned.
It
because
was DT2.
Yeah.
It was,
Okay.
yeah.
DT2 was the DT2 and what else?
No mod 1.
No matter what. Okay. That's a really strange pick to ban No Mod 1, but if it was Apladobi, that would make more sense.
No mod 3. I mean,
Okay.
DT3.
So back on DT3. DT3.
We got 176 streams. Stream heavy. Very stream heavy.
Yeah, very stream heavy.
Yeah, one part with the very hard part.
And MrChikn doesn't seem to be. We don't see his stream, but hopefully that'll be fixed soon. The streams in this one is very. Oh, okay.
Looks like we're having
There you go.
a bit of issues.
So they're very close in the combo.
Should be one part where
We're
the
looking at
stream
correct- Yep,
or
okay.
more, or at least 10 notes, more than 10 notes. Let's see how they fare on
Okay,
that.
yep. They're okay. So Apladobi
finds break.
messes up. Oh, and so does MrChikn. But MrChikn is clearly ahead with his AC being at least 3% higher. So he does.
30%.
He definitely has that control, and that he has the control over the match. If he just holds on to that lead, we're definitely going to see a highly advantageous victory for MrChikn in the future.
Apladobi finds a break again. MrChikn finds a break.
This is the condition that MrChikn wants. He needs that advantage to either get him to tiebreaker or just straight up win the whole win this round
MrChikn
of
finds
4.
another break.
Okay, MrChikn finds another break, but Apladobi is still lagging behind with his accuracy.
MrChikn
And Apladobi does write GG, so his mentality has gone down. And Apladobi does break. Apladobi definitely breaks.
MrChikn with 40,000 K points.
Alright, and it ends the serve. And
And it looks
MrChikn
like
gets another map. And he
it
gets
looks like
that
that's
first.
match point. That's match point.
That
for
is match
MrChikn.
point. That is match point. So Apladobi needs to win 2 in a row, or MrChikn needs to win 1. And Apladobi is going to be at a disadvantage if MrChikn gets to round of 5 for the
Indeed.
tiebreaker. So this is definitely an extremely close one if it was to go down to that point.
And
This
we
is
should
more like-
have. We should have one more map after this. No
we
more
should have one more map to take. Whoever takes it is the winner. So they are choosing the last map, which is, if I were to call Nomad 2, or have we? No, we already done that one. Sorry.
There's no mod 5.
Nomad
No
5.
AR.
So it's the AR8 one, correct?
Yes.
All right. So
Complex rhythms, reading.
yeah, complex rhythm, and this song is definitely on the longer end. So MrChikn is at advantage when it comes to consistency. And
Song is rough.
yeah,
Oh,
and we see it right now that he is keeping with a very strong act. I think Apladobi has acknowledged his mentality has gone down. So MrChikn is both mentally and mechanically in the better part.
MrChikn showing really good standing with his
Very
act
good
right
sit-
now.
and he's feeling himself right now.
He's very feeling himself.
He's feeling
Apladobi.
himself. I gotta say, I was surprised that Apladobi hasn't been performing as far that he has been in the past. But
MrChikn finds a break.
MrChikn does find a break, but that won't really spell his end because of his act. So if he continues the act, even if Apladobi does get that extra 100 combo, I think if they were to continue on this path, MrChikn has an extremely large margin that he can work with.
Both players, they're holding on to a combo.
Alright.
Similar acts now. MrChikn finally
Yeah,
dropping his half,
MrChikn is finding he's having some crack within the concrete.
but keeping up his act.
Yep.
Apladobi still dropping a bit.
Apladobi is keeping that combo though, and that combo is going to save him a lot of the headache that it comes when it comes to the nearing the end.
MrChikn finds another break.
Yeah, MrChikn finds another break. So I think that this might be a very difficult one to come back by. So we will. There's a high chance that we will see a tiebreaker here.
Indeed. MrChikn finds another break. I think that might be it for Apladobi.
Yep. So
I mean, MrChikn.
Apladobi has seen some. I think Apladobi just has more experience in AR8 than. Oh, and Apladobi does break,
That's another miss, but
that won't do anything for him.
the
because
combo
of
game.
The combo game. His combo game was too strong at the beginning for him to have any difficulties ending the game with his victory.
We're about nearing the end of that map.
It seems that there's a lot of Apladobi supporters in chat. So it has seemed that the Apladobi stands are coming out for tonight.
And we just have to see how they do
And
with
we
the
definitely gotta
tiebreaker.
see how this will go in the tiebreaker now. Quite frankly, I'm scared right now. I'm scared of who will win. Because if Apladobi wins, we're not going to get a interview, I don't expect. So,
Indeed.
yeah.
Regardless, still a really good match between both players. Really good.
This is definitely one of the closest and most invigorating map, like competitions that we've seen.
Indeed. And now it's in the end of that. MrChikn's
And-
combo is not enough. But they was
near like 180k, 180k difference in.
and Apladobi
around
is
there,
going
yeah.
to force the tiebreaker.
Oh, okay.
Apladobi showing good standing with B rank.
All right,
And
so
we're
yeah,
gonna go with
we're
tiebreaker.
we're going to tiebreaker, guys. All right, so
Then-
the victor, whoever wins this tiebreaker, will be in the final stages against whoever was the strongest hamster in the other bracket. So you know, a little intermission right now as they're getting ready for the tiebreaker. Just a little moment of silence for whoever's going to win. Okay, they're saying no. For
No? Okay.
whoever's going to win now is just gonna take it. It's a winner takes all now.
This is a 5-minute map.
This
This
is a 5-minute map, 5 stars, and it's
This is all about
consistency.
consistency. Streams are part of this game. Aim. It's all.
I'm not
is
quite
all-
sure I'm not quite sure any one of them have practiced this map because they did not expect a tiebreaker. But,
Aim.
you know,
Streams.
it's straight aim.
Consistency.
And
Miss
Apladobi
Apladobi
breaks.
finds the first
Apladobi
miss.
finds the first miss. Oh, yep.
MrChikn still with a really good hack. Apladobi finds another break.
Apladobi is doesn't seem like he's been practicing. I think MrChikn has found that contingency that he needed.
MrChikn still holding a combo. Really good hack.
As I said before, that MrChikn wanted this tiebreaker, and I think he's succeeding in that promise.
But this is still a 5-minute
Oh, and
map.
Mr.
It can
Chicken
go either
breaks.
MrChikn
Yeah.
finds another miss.
And it's very difficult to say who's gonna pull out on top right now. Yeah, it is a 5-minute map, so there is room for upsets here. But it seems
MrChikn
that
finds a break.
Yeah, MrChikn does find another break, but they're definitely still in that margin.
MrChikn finds 2
Okay,
breaks.
MrChikn finds that 2 break.
It looks like Apladobi finds. MrChikn finds
Yeah.
another break.
Apladobi's lead is widening by the second right now.
MrChikn looks like he's.
Oh man, Apladobi breaks.
Apladobi finds another miss.
Now we need to see MrChikn pull through the combo and the act, which is going to be very difficult. But right now it's a combo farm, so we might see some success from MrChikn when it comes to that because he has the combo lead at the moment.
At this point, MrChikn has to hope for a break and keep comboing. Because the act.
Oh,
It's
MrChikn!
really-
Wait, Apladobi does break. Apladobi has seen a break in that combo farm.
MrChikn still holding on that combo. And we're about.
Apladobi's
quarter
and
of Mr.
Apladobi
Chicken.
breaks, and he was close. He was on the path. He was on that pipeline to get to Apladobi's lead. But as we see, he sadly breaks. So there is
Apladobi.
a 50k up. So there's a 50k lead for Apladobi at the moment. And
Apladobi
all we can do is expect some miracle or some pop-off material right here.
As we get in the halfway of the match, Apladobi with a better act, better combo.
Yeah, definitely.
MrChikn needs to hope for a break soon. Because combo is the game now for MrChikn.
And correct me if I'm not wrong, even for the loser, they're going to be the loser brackets, correct?
Indeed. Third
Yeah,
place.
So there will be 3rd place. Well, 2nd. Yeah, 3rd place.
MrChikn finds another break. Shaking!
Yeah, there is some shaking. There is some cursor dancing, and I think Apladobi has considerably calmed. Is considerably more
Chicken
calm, so yeah.
It's finding all the breaks. Apladobi still with a combo.
Oh, and it doesn't seem too good for MrChikn at the moment.
And that as we get 3/4 of the match,
MrChikn is
MrChikn's cursing dancing.
So it seems that there will be no victory for the Black
And
Squirrel.
as we finish up that anticlimactic. Mr. Apladobi finds a break, but I don't think it matters.
It seems to matter. I don't think MrChikn is aware of that break, and since he's been cursor dancing, it doesn't seem like he won't pull through for this map.
As we near the end of this map, and it looks like it's about to be wrapped up with the 100k difference. Apladobi with a better combo game, and MrChikn. Okay, it's just cursing dancing for the rest of the map. It's gonna be closed out.
So MrChikn has resigned. He's become complacent with his position in the tournament now, and he will
really well played by both players. Yes, really well played.
Very well played by each player.
Both players showing strong team 4-4. Apladobi taking the win. And MrChikn breaking once again, but I don't think it matters. Apladobi.
So we feel so currently in the tournament so far, most of the seeds, the higher seeds, have been winning. There has been no upsets in the seed yet. So hopefully we might see one in the future, but I think if we follow trends now, we will expect Apladobi to be at a high advantage for the first place in the finals.
And first occurrence of a tiebreaker in the whole tournament.
Yeah, first
non-stop.
Wow, okay.
And
so it was the first non-tradition to do tiebreaker. So this is the first competitive tiebreaker that we had in this game. And it is seen in the scores that Apladobi clearly has taken this and secured the bag.
Apladobi will move on to the finals, and then we'll see his opponent.
Alright, so the victor here is Apladobi, and I don't think that he would accept an interview, so why don't we speak to MrChikn?
Regardless, both really good.
Regardless, MrChikn. Let's Alright, MrChikn.
Hello.
Yeah, we've seen your play potential, and you've seen that you've brought up a tough opposition against the first seed.
Yes.
And it seems that it was remarkable. You had a remarkable. Oh, and Apladobi is here. Apladobi.
Hey, Apple. Howdy.
Hello.
Hello.
How did you both feel? I would like to say, really close match. Really well played by both players, both sides.
I thought it was going to be a 5-0, like a 5-2 on either side, but I didn't expect to go to the tiebreaker. That's why I never practiced the tiebreaker at all. I think that's what lost me.
Yeah. So we were talking about how I don't think any of us would expect the tiebreaker, so
Yeah.
at the least amount of practice.
First occurrence tiebreaker.
So how did you feel when Apladobi? How did you feel when he got the upper hand in the 4 map in the Pokemon map, DT3?
I mean, for that one, I kind of expected to lose because that was my worst map, other than the one I banned, I think.
Oh yeah, that was my worst also. Yeah. That and Polygon, my 2 worst.
Yeah.
Alright.
So it was scary throughout the whole thing, I guess.
Okay. So are these the first time that you guys are speaking to each other?
Actually, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we've DM'd a little bit, but.
Alright. So now that you secured the win, Apladobi, how do you feel about the next opposition of either whoever wins for a round of 4 on this other bracket part? I think it's Aoke-kun and Joni.
Yeah.
Do you think you're at a really high advantage right now for being the first seed? So what do you expect?
I think the seeds are a bit misleading because MrChikn definitely should be higher. I feel like.
Right.
Thank you.
So
I
really
appreciate the humility. Alright. So yeah, very good coming from both of you guys. MrChikn, how do you feel about how close the game was?
Oh, yeah, I loved it. The thing is, I sort of feel bad saying this, but it wasn't really fun 5-0ing my last match. But yeah, this is the most fun I've actually had in OSU in a while. Just because there's so much stress that comes with it, and you have to make sure you're actually playing the game correctly. And did you notice my cursor shaking a lot?
Yeah,
it only became apparent in the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
You're really nervous, man.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just really fun having an intense match like this.
That's very good coming from both of you guys. So it does seem that we've narrowed down the actual skill pool to something more competitive, especially with all the dwarf hamsters out of the thing. So now there's just a bunch of guinea pigs in the fight. All right, so very very good coming from both of you guys. And MrChikn, how do you feel about being in the losers bracket for the next one? Do you think
Wait, there's a
You
loser
have-
bracket?
there's loser bracket to
Nice.
find third place? Because we need to have a
Doable. Doable.
Doable. Okay,
Think it's
doable.
doable?
Alright, perfect.
Definitely doable.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Who do you
So-
predict the loser would be, MrChikn?
Okay. I don't know their playstyles, but I'd have to say of what I do know, Faith is more consistent. I don't know Joni's at all, so yeah, don't take my well, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt.
Do you share the same?
understand.
Do you share the same predictions, Apladobi? Do you think so? You're not really. I don't think you're that familiar with the other two players within the other bracket.
No.
So no. Okay. So I don't think that it would be fair for you to answer that question.
Okay, yeah, same over
Okay,
here.
so, MrChikn, okay, so seeing Apladobi's playstyle, do you think even going against either Joni or Faith, do you think he will, who's going to have the advantage in that aspect?
Were you nervous going against me this match?
Yeah, definitely. After
Do you
after
think
like the first few.
do you think you'll be more nervous going against people of a somewhat higher seed, higher skill level?
Yeah, probably a lot more nervous.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be the same for their side too. So I feel like it might be it's gonna be the same outcome. I feel like it's gonna go to at least 7, 8 matches, but I think Apple's gonna win it all.
Okay,
Oh.
alright.
Oh,
Very-
okay.
Very respectable to
Yeah,
have
very
that,
respectable.
Okay, have that opinion. Alright, so, since I've held you long enough, do you have any closing remarks on the tournament or the games that you've had? Like, what was your favorites, maybe your least favorite parts? Or maybe just even like a message to the fellow people who are watching. Do you have anything? Anything to say?
Oh, I actually do.
Okay, go ahead. You have
shout
a lot
out-
of fans, a lot of fans in the chat.
Shout out to Byron, who's watching and asked me to shout him out.
Alright.
Uh,
Okay.
Shout out to the lunch table gang, who's all watching and supported me. Apparently, I didn't know that many people cared about my
Let
match.
that be known that Apladobi sees you and he loves you. Alright, lunch table gang. Okay. How about you? How about you, Mr.
Oh man,
Chicken?
I really have to think about how to say this, but it really comes from my heart when I say this. But make sure to follow my Twitch at
Okay.
twitch.tv.
Alright, we're going to
No,
end
no,
it
no,
there.
Let the
We're
plug
going
in.
to end it there.
Let the plug. Twitch.tv. Okay, you see Twitch.tv/that1chicken. That is DAT.
Take the opportunity! No, 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 no!